I don't endorse this for children or a developing brain. That being said, if you have an addictive personality, I don't recommend the use of this. Meeting in order. We got John Berfelo in the house. John's been in the industry for a lot of years. He's a medicinal patient who got into the industry by chance because he had a massive fall. And do you want to tell us a little about your story?
Well, pretty much easy and simple. As a kid, blazing, grew up in high school, smoking weed. All my friends were on Ritalin and stuff like that. I was smoking weed, so of course I wasn't on any pharma. I already had my own pharma. I had my medicine, Cannabis. Let's speed up until like 2005, and I'm working really hard and make a wrong step. I trip and fall 28 feet into concrete. And boy, man, I broke my neck in 4 places, shattered my arm in 15, broke my back, shattered my ankle. I got pretty messed up.
Pain management.
Pain management. I did a story at 28 feet.
Yeah.
And I was actually one of the first published study on natural cannabis and pain control in history.
Cool.
Doing with Dr. Hornby and Bree Stegman and Manju Sharman and
Yep.
Green Cross, and we're both standardizing cannabis and getting into it and really taking a really good look at it. And it's funny, that's when I kind of met you, eh?
Yeah.
2009, I walked into Justin showed up at a Green Cross Society and he goes, kind of want to get in with helping a lot of cannabis. We have a company and we make nutrients, and I'm like, really? That was 10 years ago.
Click.
I haven't left this guy's side since, because when he started talking about growing medicine and nutrients and all that, like, we're going back 10 years ago, guys. Like, that was like, shh, don't talk about it. Like, shh.
Yeah. And now on top of that, the Allard case, lots of major wins, right?
So much going on. Yeah, we started the Coalition Against Repeal, Jason Wilcox, November 17th, 2012. And Justin, if it wasn't for you, I don't think we would still be growing today. There's a lot of history right in behind all this.
True.
Stuff, but we're going to talk a lot about that.
I'm getting a lot of samples of cannabis given to me these days. We're sharing in enjoying really premium cannabis, and cultivators take a real serious pride. Cultivators are the coolest people on the planet, hands down, and they want to share what they've grown. And there's a certain sense of pride when you bring your bud to market. You brought a few samples today yourself. I'd love to see them. We're gonna burn through it pretty quickly. I've already looked at all of them. They're fantastic. But one thing that I've noted also is you're doing something called active water content, and that's really important. Most cannabis is over-dried.
Damage the terpenes.
Yeah, damage the terpenes.
We talked about it, because once you lose those terpenes, you try to rehydrate, you're never going to get the same.
You never get it back.
So you never want to lose that. You may say you can rehydrate it, but we talked about that. We talked with some guys down in Colorado and some other people, licensed producers, some pretty big master growers in the companies in the industry now, and everybody's talking about curing and how they cure dog food.
It's such an important part of the industry. You've got all this way to grow the best weed possible.
We have all these tests.
And now we got data, massive data.
But the data they're not really looking at is active water.
Totally. We've got companies like Boveda and such that are putting in packs that are supposedly 62% relative humidity, but they're not actually bringing it up to a true active water content.
Well, there's relative humidity.
Yeah.
There's active water.
Which are two different things.
Moisture content.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get it. So relative humidity.
It's in the air.
It's in the air.
Yeah.
Moisture is like, how much moisture is in something.
Yeah.
But active water is how much water is inside of a container without causing mold or any kind of disease or anything, that's going back and forth, rehydrating and then re-drying out and going back in. So it's keeping it fresh in a sense.
Yeah.
And where we get these standards, I actually have an active water machine here.
Let's have a look at that. Let's show these guys.
Cool.
It's
Hewlett Packard. It's the same thing that they use in government facilities. They use this for testing beef jerky. Say breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs active water is 30. You can look this up. Pasta.
Yeah.
Sits in your house. Kraft Dinner. Everybody knows Kraft Dinner. Active water is 50.
So you basically grind up the flour. Let's just show people really quickly.
Okay, so we're gonna do some active water. So with this machine here, Medikush.
Yeah. Let's have a look at that. Let me put a bud up on the screen here.
Now I do the California trim, as you can see, it's a little crispy on the outside.
A little bit crispy. Let's get that closer.
But right here.
That's Medikush. That's beautiful.
See the eyes though? The aromatherapy is awesome. So active water, guys. So roughly about a half a gram inside of the little container. Bottom here just flips up like this. We set this on there. We give her a point. We reset it. And the active water in this room was 22%. You saw
Yeah.
that. And it's not percentage, it's 22. So right now, this is already climbing. It's a 51, 52.
And we want to be anywhere from 50 to 55, kind of, that's the zone.
We're seeing a zone. I've been doing a lot of testing. So between 52, 54s, I see a pretty good average when I'm using, say, humidity control packs.
Yeah.
They're offered by Boost. We talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah, Boost and
two-way.
yeah.
Bovita, those are your two standards.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anything else on the market.
A lot of LPs are overdriving their weed, from what I understand, too.
Because they're scared.
Yeah.
I'm talking with these licensed producers and a lot of these master growers, and they're like, we're trying to get that active water above 50 because they're finding out about it because your moisture content between 9 and 11%, because 13 is going to cause mold.
Yeah.
It's realistic. Now, your relative humidity, if it was 65, your weed is going to get moldy. It's going to cause, it's just not good for you. And this is where the biggest concern is with these licensed producers is how long can that cannabis sit on the shelf without it going bad?
Yeah. And how do we give it to them without it going bad? And honestly, active water is the most important way. This is a very important part of the market.
This is what I just started seeing.
Yeah.
Because when I tested Tweed's weed and I grabbed 3 containers, all the same, 42, 44, 46, they're all different.
Yeah.
I did the same with Weed MD. I did the same with Aurora. I did the same with even Organigram.
Totally.
And some of these guys, their containers, the lids were cracked, so they're coming at like 29%. We're talking like bone dry.
Yeah, yeah.
We're talking
dust,
like so
dust,
dry.
garbage, and that's
like,
going to be a negative experience for the first time user.
Standardization.
Yeah, they have to come up with it. And honestly, I think 50 personally is the number to keep in the shelf. 52, you're spot on. I mean,
here it just beeped.
Yeah.
So 52%, and I just had a conversation about.
And it's not too wet. I mean, touch wise, it's. You know,
I took it to Jason
it's got full.
Wilcox, you know what he said?
Yeah.
The perfect cure.
It is.
That's what he said yesterday.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cure.
It's just the perfect cure. That's hung dry 14 days. That's bringing the humidity down slowly.
Yeah.
So when I tested humidity at 70%, my active water was actually at 60.
Yeah.
And when I took this down at 64% inside my room, the active water in the bud is 52.
52.
But
you're in that
just
zone.
One.
All of them.
I did
consistent.
This with all 7 strains.
Yeah.
All 7 strains came out at 52%.
Yeah.
So I started looking at active water, relative humidity, moisture content.
Well, listen, I mean, even from a broker component, if I'm buying cannabis, I want to buy it at the right moisture. And honestly, curing has everything to do with the right moisture content within that product.
Balances your pocketbook? You know exactly what you're getting all the way through.
Yeah. Not too dry, not too wet. You're able to boom, sold.
Here it is. All the time.
And every time you're giving a consistent active water content with the right cure, with the right terpenes, with the right everything. You're bringing your best product to market. That's really important.
And me sitting here at 53% of the active water meters coming in, that perfect cure, and understand humidity control packs, you really don't need them because that stock in the middle, that's your gauge. If you over-dry your cannabis, you've over-dried that stock.
Yeah.
Now you're never going to get out of it. So pay attention to that relative. It's
really important. I mean,
we're seeing
it's a $3,000 meter.
Yes.
It's expensive, but you know what?
It's 27.3 degrees in here, Celsius, so it tells you your temperature. It's warm. I normally test around 21.
Yeah.
So I see that. So that's the whole thing. But it's warm because it's cold outside.
What do we got behind you?
Well, that is some really nice gland heads. So this is going to be your first bounce for your Medikush.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. You're not seeing any stalks. All you're seeing is bulbous heads.
And you can get this from the trim bins that you sell.
Yeah.
I promote
Simple
those
as
so
pie.
much like crazy.
Yeah.
Just get a little screen for this is when I trim.
Dry trim, yeah.
It hits the screen.
And drops. Yeah. So being part of Growing Exposed, being part of Green Planet, I'm getting a lot of cannabis given to me. And I want to pay it forward. So if someone sends me a video, you're obviously of age, you have someone that's with cancer who's never tried cannabis, who's genuinely interested in as a therapy. Please reach out to me, send me a video, and tell me why you want it, and I'm happy to share. I want to pay. People are giving it to me, and I want to pay it forward. So let's get right into it.
That's in Canada, by the way.
That's only in Canada. Yeah, I'm not shipping. We're not breaking federal law anywhere in the world.
Just in Canada.
Yeah, very, very important. Canada-wide.
Totally my neighbor.
So, this is a beautiful looking nugget.
This guy.
This is the
just so
Tropicana. He's a great grower.
You know
He's
what?
in the middle of Canada. We go by D again. He just keeps sending me beautiful stuff. Look at this.
Wow.
Have a look at that.
So killer.
Just
and
the color.
Is he makes his he grows his own. He makes his own concentrates. He does bubble hash. He does everything solventless.
You know the beautiful thing is?
And he's an organic grower.
And right out of the gate, he's got an active water content of 48.
He's right
It's in the zone.
It's in the zone. I say, you know what? 45 is way too low. The 48.50.
Let's have a look.
Like you can tell, this is kind of like.
Let's have a look. Let's open up the bud. Let's actually get into the trichomes. There we go.
So the focus and trying to really take a good look at this, guys, it's pretty amazing. But once you kind of snap the middle inside of it, and you can just take a deep side and look, the color changes inside.
Look at the valley. Look at the valley of nuggets.
There you go. Just like look at this.
Like
you
just
see the resident behind here. Just the different gland heads. It's beautiful grown.
You know, he's actually harvesting at the right time.
He's got 30% amber.
Yeah, he's got some amber.
Maybe about 1, 2, yeah.
I don't like having too much amber. That means it's degraded a fair bit. It's overly oxidized. I like having, you know, half cloudy between clears, but you know, having a percentage of amber.
You know, it really depends, because I know a lot of people
who want the narcotic effect.
That really, like for me, I just did a crop and I took it down a little early, purely for one reason. Heavy THC.
Yeah, heavy THC.
I need it for my pain.
Yep.
I just needed it for pain.
Yep.
But then I actually took 4 more of those plants, the same strain. It took it another 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow, what a difference. Like
completely different animal.
Different medicine.
Well, listen, day 45, as we know,
exactly.
THC spikes. Right?
That's
CBG comes in earlier.
CBD starts developing day 49,
yeah.
day 50. We see these.
All these cannabinoids are changing and evolving all the way along. And, you know, it depends what you want. If you want all amber, like, for example, they age hash because they want that narcotic effect.
Oh, you know that old school black scorpion hash? You know,
that's because it's aged. And that's what's giving that really strong narcotic effect, the high CBN. So beautiful stuff.
You brought me back to that. Oh, there's something here, you guys, this diesel.
Oh yeah, we're gonna jump into that right now.
Oh man,
like old school diesel, yeah.
And the old school just jumped at me. I'm like, this diesel?
Let me get you another. This is another sample of the one of his rosins. This is his Slimer.
The Slimer.
Take that home with you. Yeah,
yeah. Take that. Slimer. You got the wedding cake.
I got the wedding cake.
The wedding cake is nice.
Beautiful. So, I'll show you the old school diesel because this is from a grower that comes out of Vernon. But the nose that was on the sour diesel.
Goosebumps, see this?
Yeah.
Because when I smelled it, I was like, oh my god, that just brought me back to like the old. I'm gonna go back to my Compassion Club days when I first got hurt and.
Like old school diesel.
Diesel.
I don't mind.
Sour diesel.
By the way, I don't mind seeing seeds. I don't like seeing lots of seeds, but when you see seeds ever in a product,
it's just so immature, it's ridiculous. It's like a tiny little.
Yeah, but it means that they're phenohunting, very likely, or a little bit of pollen got in somehow, some way. But a lot of the times when you're phenohunting, you're trying to find and you're chucking pollen and you're trying to find that thing, and sometimes you end up with a seed. It doesn't mean it's massively less potent. And I'll tell you this grower is top 5%. And I'll tell you 2 reasons why. Let's just call him Jay. He's from Vernon. I met him recently.
Hey Jay.
And
visit me.
And he got all the lab tests. Molecular science group. This is a mobile lab. And this lab is doing things. Bridget Simmons is a PhD that's fantastic. She's at the top of her game.
I remember a guy was doing that as mobile lab in the beginning.
Yeah, that's the Chem Dog. I'm going to show you the 2 varieties. The 2 varieties that he sent to us is the lemon shock tart, this one right here, and the strawberry ghost. And they both, first and foremost, passed 100% for no pathogens, no toxins, no nothing.
Now this strawberry ghost, have you ever had like a strawberry cheesecake? Like you can almost eat this.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's that good.
It's a really, color, aroma. Let's have a look a little closer.
We talked about it. Like you have some of those strains where they smack you in the face, but it's like this one's like, where did this come from?
This is the part of craft, right? This is growers that genuinely are passionate about.
Well, they love weed.
What they do, and
they love weed so much, and you know what? I get this all the time, right? Why
Let's have a look at this.
You always have the shankiest weed sitting at home, but you take your best buds and you go out and you give them away to your friends. Because you know what? When you're a grower, you want to show the best thing that you've done.
Exactly.
And you want to take that, and you want to show that. You parade around like it's a prize, just like this. These are prizes.
It is a prize, and there's a lot of pride.
Look at this.
There's a lot of pride associated with. Those are less bulbous heads than normal. So
You see a difference because when I saw with sativa or when I went
They're
with
smaller.
this, I went with this. I have this tissue culture. It's
Yeah.
an all CBD strain, and actually, the stalks are so long, but the head on the self is almost like elongated.
tiny,
It's
tiny.
weird.
The sativas,
It's just weird.
and I'm pro sativa.
Yeah.
I like sativa. I mean, I like the plants. I like, I don't mind going a little longer. I mean, but nobody grows. Most people are growing hybrids. 42 active water content, which is a little on the lower end.
At 42%, the jar might not be sealed properly.
Yeah.
There's a few little things, so you want to make sure it's sealed. And what I was seeing is maybe when he was in his room, he'd take it down around 50%
Yeah.
to humidity. Maybe. We don't know
Well,
that.
this is the thing, right? So here's
terpene content.
here's the analysis. We got 25.83% THC.
That's
Very high. CBD 0.35, so basically non-existent. But this is the area that really stands out. Lemon shock charge profile is unique, aside from the myrcene and limonene features. The terpene profile shows 3 times greater amounts of terpene and cymene, giving it a really piney undertone. It's beautiful. So Jay, thank you so much for the sample of that. You did a very effective job of this. This is so sticky; it's not even getting out of the jar.
I love that.
And I don't want to damage the trikes.
That's the problem, eh? Like you put things in jars and then you try to pull them out, and this is like,
This is the strawberry ghost, and this is
the strawberry ghost. I'm going to say one thing right now as I'm sitting here looking at these containers, because the guy who grew this weed, he grew this perfect. Do you really think that he gave us this dry weed?
no
I don't think so. Look at the lid.
steel.
There's no seal.
Yeah,
Look at this.
It's true. So
the reason
it's
why
probably,
this is 42.
It's probably it came
has
down.
everything
It
to
came
do
down
with-
with not being sealed.
That's it. Because you know what? Organigram, I tested one at 29.
Yeah.
The lid was unsealed, so it had nothing to do with the cannabis at all. It had to do with the container.
Oh, dude, look at the
Look
field.
at this.
We're looking at a THC right out of the gate. Not that it matters, and I actually prefer a lower THC number, 20.35. Very low CBD. But important note, and I'll read this really quickly. On average, 3 times higher of beta-phyaldrine and cinoline, also known to be associated with eucalyptus. So that's what you're going to get actually a little bit of the eucalyptus.
Really, I say when I smell
Eucalyptus nose.
I do this. I relax.
And you can really pick up on the eucalyptus. Have a sniff. That you really can smell it. And you're getting a real big strawberry undertone. It's absolutely fantastic cannabis. And the active water content on the strawberry ghost is even a little better. It's at 43.
But like I said, once again,
Not sealed lids. So if those had been sealed lids,
it's just there's no.
I'll tell you this.
There's no.
This came so sealed, and it was triple bagged.
It was bagged, but
It was bagged like crazy.
it's still.
After opening the 2 vapor seal bags, it was still wrapped in a shrink wrap, and I could smell it through like 10 layers of shrink
You
wrap.
know, one thing I'm gonna say.
Strong.
One thing that's really cool, Justin. I tested just dry sift. Active
Yeah.
water content, just dry sift.
Yeah.
42. So what does this tell you? How much of this is actually pure gland heads?
Yeah,
And when I get under 42, I honestly think there's way too much plant matter.
yeah.
So when I'm seeing things that like really even lower, I'm like, well then, if the tricolone is with the oil inside of itself is 42, so this is just like, you saw how much resin is in there, and I saw that, but because it's like, look at this. I want to retest this.
It's sticky. It's sticking together. Like the nugget, you can press, it doesn't bounce back at all. Give it a go.
I've tested some dry weed.
Here,
And
this is this guy too. So, this is the other part of the test I love. There's very few labs that go to this detail. Look at how many. These are all terpenes they're testing for. There's well over 100 terpenes here. There's well over 100 terpenes. There's 3 pages of terpenes specifically to this genetics.
And you wonder why cannabis is just so different, eh?
It's the only plant that has so many terpenes. There's no other plant in the world. You know, when we talk about aromatherapies.
Well, here's the best thing. Aromatherapy has been around before time. We talk about aromatherapy all the way through history.
Yeah.
It's in history books so much, it's insane. See, this is interesting. So, bounced at 42 right away, and then it went down to 41. It'll bounce back up 40. And you know what? But once again, this has been sitting out here since we first started testing it.
Yeah.
So when we first tested it,
it's
we
drying
opened
out.
the container, and because it's so hot in here.
Yeah.
It's 22% active water in this
Yeah.
room. So my weed's drying out really quick in here.
Yeah, for sure it is.
And you're seeing that right in front of you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's amazing how much you can just see how that changes and stuff like that.
I think it's really important.
You'll see this, and it takes up to 5 minutes for this to stand. So this is going to bounce back to 42. You're just seeing this start bouncing around. Standardization comes with all different ways, and that comes with testing not only with humidity, it also comes with temperature.
Yeah.
So we're just seeing, because when I first started testing this, remember it was only like 26 in here? So we've already seen this come up by 3 degrees just in this room, and that's probably dried it a little bit, and now we're at 41 instead of the 42.
Yep. Boom. Hey, John, I really appreciate you coming out today and bringing your water meter and showing us your Medi-Kush and grading cannabis with me. And
hey, I wouldn't be able to grow that Medi-Kush if it wasn't for your nature.
Yeah, well, thank you so much.
That it?
Keep growing. Take care.
Grow in peace.